Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Sometimes when we're reading along in the Bible, we've just got to stop and let a verse sink in. Today's blessed verse is like that. David says in Psalm 65:4, "Blessed is the man you choose and cause to approach you, that he may dwell in your courts." God chose David, of course, to be king. Saul, the first king of Israel, had disobeyed God and didn't have the heart to please him. So the Lord rejected him and told Samuel to go anoint another king. He directed Samuel to Jesse's family. Though the older brothers may have looked handsome and king-like on the outside, the Lord told Samuel they weren't the ones he had chosen as king. It turned out God had chosen the youngest, lowliest, probably stinkiest one, the shepherd boy, David, to lead his beloved people. So David knew what it meant to be chosen, selected, preferred, not because of how he looked or who he was, but because of God's grace. Just think, you are chosen by God. Ephesians 1:4 and 5 says, "He chose us in Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before Him in love, having predestined us to adoption as sons by Jesus to Himself according to the good pleasure of His will." We are His children. But being chosen by God wasn't always a comfortable position. David went through a lot, especially in the early years, hunted by King Saul, hiding, not knowing what would happen next. But notice how he put this: "Blessed is the man you choose and cause to approach you." How does one grow nearer to God? Many times that involves going through trials, lots of trials, sometimes one after another. That sure happened to David, and we can expect that to happen to us too. But as God told the Israelites in Isaiah 43:1 and 2, "Fear not, I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flames scorch you." Do you think the Israelites coming out of Egypt felt closer to God after crossing the Red Sea? How about the next generation after they crossed the Jordan River on dry ground? And how about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego as they walked through the fire with the Lord? Sometimes that's what it takes to be conformed to the image of God's Son, as Paul tells us in Romans 8:28 and 29. But we know, say it with me, all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. So we don't need to fear being chosen for some difficult trial. We can trust Him, as David did, that the Lord will, through those trials, bring us closer, that we may dwell in His courts. And we can do that anywhere, whether at a job we dislike, from a jail cell, or in a hospital bed. Because being chosen by God comes with the blessing of being in His presence. As Paul says to the Colossians, being chosen by God also comes with the responsibility of behaving with kindness, mercy, humility, patience, gentleness, and love, letting God's peace rule in our hearts, and by being thankful. You might say, "Wait a minute, I am not there yet." Well, neither am I. But since God has chosen us to walk with Him in this great journey of life, given all of His promises, don't you think we can trust Him? So when the next trial hits you, just smile and say, "Thank you, Lord, for choosing me, bringing me closer to you, and letting me dwell in your presence."
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.